Baltimore, Maryland is home to one of the most iconic forts in American history. It's so significant that it is the inspiration for the Star-Spangled Banner. However, behind historic triumph lies a darker history. Sickness, war death, even suicide, all this dark energy coalesces to create a perfect location for hauntings, and some of these instances are even dangerous to the living. This is the haunting story of Fort McHenry. Welcome to Ghost Binkers. Pause for dramatic effect. That's kind of part of the intro now. Hello, Junior Binkers. I'm Trev, and I really badly want to believe in ghosts. And with me, I have Killian.
Hi, Senior Binkers. Congrats on your promotion.
Whoa, they graduated.
Yeah.
Well, not graduated, but, you know.
Welcome to the force.
And with us, we have guest Binker, Cal. You are back, Cal. Welcome back.
Oh, it's great to be back. Jar Jar Binkin, as
Jar Jar
always.
Binkin.
Oh, Misa found a ghost.
For the Junior Binkers and now the Senior Binkers, could you just explain or remind us
Who Jar Jar Binks is.
how you feel about ghosts?
You know, I'm similar to you, Trev. I think I desperately want to believe, but I think I'm also already partially a believer. I think you have to, I think I admit that there's something out there, whether it's a spirit, whether it's a sound people heard. Well, that is for the Junior Binkers and I to find out.
Whoa, okay.
The Senior Binkers know there's no ghost.
The senior Binkers,
Is that how you
they've
determine?
seen this song and dance
That's
before.
the-
They're not buying
If
it.
you agree
That's
with,
the only way you graduate.
if you agree with me, instant Senior Binking status.
I guess that's kind of fun.
You can lord it over everybody.
What will you do for the A, kids?
That's
Yeah.
kind of a fun way to like really divide our fans.
Yeah.
Are you a Senior Binker or a Junior Binker?
Look, you can believe in ghosts, but you're not going to make it at the big time.
Together, we are the Ghost Binkers, and on this podcast, we explore real life spooky stories and joke the spooky credibility out of them. A light binking, so to speak.
A little sound this time.
Little sound, yeah.
This is really upgraded.
Yeah,
I love
we've
it.
really upgraded a little bit. And speaking of upgrades, we got a new screen.
Oh, yeah.
I do think we should start introducing like less screen-like objects, like get a kitchen glass and just try and project something on the side of it.
That'd be good.
I like that idea.
We hire like a caricature artist to draw shit in real time in front of us. Just anything that like gets further and further away from being a functional, usable screen.
I did, unfortunately, I took your advice and bought a screen, so hopefully we don't need to do that bit.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah.
But I do
I'm
like...
excited for this thing to fail at the most critical juncture.
I'm going to be so
It's going to
upset.
display images until the exact time there's an image that would be useful for us to see. And
Yeah.
then just instantly,
Pretty much.
that lion's going to show up looking sad at me again.
Cal, welcome back to the Bink Bunker.
great to be here.
You can see this is Bink Bunker 2.0.
Yeah.
We've made some renovations. And like I said, the,
Looks a little spookier
this is
down
the
here.
spectral viewer screen.
Oh, this is great.
What we're calling it. So this episode is about Fort McHenry
Yes.
from your home state,
Of Maryland.
Maryland, Rhode
great.
Island.
Wow.
Maryland, Pawtucket is what we prefer. Yes. No, very excited. Fort McHenry, a lot of history there. But now I'm excited to learn a little bit about the ghost lore, or
Yeah.
in Killian's eyes, potential
Bullshit. Ghost lore, yeah.
Have you been to Fort McHenry?
I have.
Oh.
It's great. I've witnessed where the Star Spangled Banner was written. It's pretty great. A lot of history there. Honestly, I know very little about this story of ghosts and some of the darker elements that we're going to explore today. So already I want to believe.
Okay.
But knowing how Killian operates, I am prepared to be proven deadly
I like that I'm
wrong.
fully inspiring fear for some reason. I'm just having a good time.
Apparently, a lot of people are senior binkers now, so
there's a lot of senior
a
Binkers
lot of
out there.
graduation to happen.
Can you imagine being a puny little ghost and fucking Ray Lewis comes over the middle of Fort McHenry at you? How terrifying that must be.
You're just
You're a ghost.
You're
You're
can.
You're like, I'm gonna haunt this little family, and then the Ravens are on a trip, and you see Ray Lewis, and you're like, never mind, haunting over, brother.
You know what? I'm gonna wait for the next family.
That motherfucker will kill me. He will stab me to death again.
So I will show you guys. Cal, you're already familiar
Yes.
with Fort McHenry, but I can show you guys some pictures of Fort McHenry.
You have no idea how apprehensive this is making me.
You can see it. It looks very star-like.
Oh yes,
Pentagonal.
That's like a military thing, right? Making shit in the stars. I feel
I
like.
guess.
I feel like lots of
very
forts.
Pentagony.
I feel like lots of old forts are like in stars.
And I will describe.
The Pentagon, famously. Yeah.
yeah. I will get into a little bit of the history of Fort McHenry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say we had a theory of I'm trying to remember what episode it was. Lots of like guys jacking off into their own mouths. And if that creates ghosts, military forts are going to have a lot of ghosts.
Yeah.
You know?
The self-sucking.
If boys getting up to some activities makes ghosts, there's going to be quite a few at this military base.
So Fort McHenry is located in a Baltimore neighborhood called Locust Point. The fort was built in 1798. And its most significant recognition is for its role in the War of 1812, when it defended successfully the Baltimore harbor from an attack by the British Navy. So there were a bunch of Brits. They were like, "Oi, bruv, let's get up on this fort." And they were like, "Actually, no."
They see Ray Lewis, they're like, "Never mind."
Absolutely not.
I'm going back to footy.
The fort is pentagonal, and junior and senior Binkers, you will we'll put it in the Ghouly Bites.
We'll attack the fort with the 4 quadrants. They get there and they're like, no,
There's 5.
we don't have enough troops to secure the fort.
Probably, it is kind of related because the shape of the fort is part of why they won.
That's funny.
Because it created different crossfires,
that's funny.
and they just could not hang. It also had a deep trench dry moat that was used as a shelter for infantry.
A lot of opportunities with that one.
Isn't the fort shelter?
Yeah, but then it's shelter for the shelter, you know?
Well, first of all, that moat is staying dry. It's getting filled with comb from all the boys hanging out down there.
So during the War of 1812, the British tried to attack the fort, but they did very little damage.
Fucking tell them.
They ended up retreating.
Yes.
Now,
as they're fucking want to do.
only one British bomb vessel received a direct hit from the fort's return fire, resulting in the loss of one of their crewmen. The Americans lost 4 people, 3 men and 1 woman. The soldier who died was Frederick Hall, also known as William Williams.
Can you?
My cousin.
So one,
Frederick Hall?
I know that doesn't
Frederick,
seem.
Maryland.
It doesn't seem like a ridiculous name, but William Williams is a fucking absurd.
It
name.
is a ridiculous name.
Also, can you imagine being the poor woman who died? You're not allowed to fucking do anything.
Yeah.
Your husband can beat you with a stick.
Your husband
You
keeps
can't-
trying to self-suck in the fort.
Yeah, you can't. He's covered in the floor of cum and in the dry bed of the moat, and then you just get blown up. That sucks.
Yeah.
Not an ideal way to go out.
So William Williams, an African-American runaway slave turned soldier. So definitely my ancestor.
Cool guy. Still making fun of the name.
Oh, yeah. No, I've thought about it before. I'm like, never do that.
Maybe.
By Bill Williams.
Bill Williams. That's too much. It's
Too much.
too much.
Draw the line at it.
Maybe that's why he went by Frederick Hall.
Honestly, I'm thinking now that he had a different name, and then they were like, "What's your name?" And he was like, "Williams," and they were like, "William," and he was like, "Whatever." Fuck
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I'm not going back to slavery. I'm gonna say whatever this dumbass motherfucker
It's
says.
actually, it was a mistranslation. It's actually supposed to be William squared. It was William.
He was really cool and had a nickname for himself.
The woman who died was killed by a bomb that cut her in half
Jesus Christ!
as she delivered supplies
I
to
gotta
the
think-
troops.
Oh yeah, she's coming.
I
back
was
for
proven
vengeance.
100% correct. I was like, "There, don't let her fight," and then she just gets blown up by a fucking bomb, and that sucks. And it sounds like it sucked horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I feel like the bomb should have exploded her. Not cut her in half.
not cut her in
I
half.
feel like gotta get better
That's
bombs.
a faulty
British.
bomb for sure.
I think it was probably a big rock they shot around back then.
probably.
They didn't have the good
They're just
shit.
balls.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
big balls.
Yeah.
That's true.
They didn't
That's a
have
good
the, they didn't
point.
have
Big
the good
balls
shit we
firing
have
at the
now.
self suckers. I mean, that's all you needed.
I just think it sucks to be hit by a bomb instead of blowing up. You just get cut in half.
Yeah.
It is sick as hell though.
I mean, it sounded really.
That's
cool
gotta be some
in the
crazy
most
shit
fucked
to
up way.
Yeah. It's psychologically damaging probably.
Yeah.
But it's probably crazy when it happens. Like that lady got blown in fucking half.
What the fuck? So, fun fact, Francis.
She got blown in half. Fun fact.
Francis Scott Key.
Fun fact: Francis Scott Key,
Yes.
FSK?
FSK, wrote the poem that became the Star Spangled Banner after witnessing this attack on Fort McHenry. I meant to mention that all this information comes to us courtesy of Baltimore Ghosts.
Oh.
Which
I'm begging you to use a history book for the history stuff at some point.
I probably should, but
Some
Gotta
guy
get
wrote
this
like
before the Department of Education gets.
some guy in Baltimore wrote like a 600-page thesis for his grad school on this fort and all of its history. And you're like, anyway, I went to spookyghost.net and they told me that I should send them $50 and tell me about the ghosts.
Baltimore Ghosts is related to Boston Ghosts. The
I
same,
imagined.
same affiliation.
Same guy.
So we've read a lot of Boston Ghost articles.
David Ghost,
So
the owner.
one direct, I skipped a lot of the stuff in this article for the history, but one direct quote that I really enjoyed was, Where is it?
It was so memorable.
Here
It
we go.
stuck with me.
Okay, here it is. This one paragraph really tickled me. Key wanted to rescue one of his captured buddies, who was a town physician, and his name was William Beans.
Yeah, right. Yeah, obviously.
Wow.
Why would it be a regular name on this show?
I know, it's just
Francis Scott Key is the closest thing we've
You
had
go
to a
from
regular
William Williams to William Beans.
William
Yeah.
Beans, B-E-A-N-E-S.
name. Maybe everyone in this town is named William.
Yeah.
They took
William
last
Scott. William Scott Key as well. That's why he goes by Francis.
I think your theory is getting stronger and stronger as we
We're about to meet like 4 more
progress.
Williams.
Yes. Yeah. William squared. Williams to the third.
William Porkrines was just a lowly traveler.
So this is the one paragraph that tickled me. At first, the British officers refused to release Beans, but ultimately relented when Key and Skinner presented letters written by British prisoners. These letters praised Beans and other Americans for their kind treatment. I just love the release Beans phrase.
It's like a
really-
Chipotle service worker. It's like, I'm not releasing the beans.
It sounds more like the
to release a second scoop of beans.
I was going to say it sounds more like the result
an extra
of a
2.
the result of a second scoop of beans.
How do you think? How much?
No,
do you
well,
think
you're
a
like,
Chipotle burrito would be in it.
I
back
beg you
then?
to release beans. It'd be like a
Couple pence.
a shilling, yeah, bullshit like that. I just think that it's really funny to be like, we're not releasing him.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, the prisoners that we're still keeping and not releasing love it.
They
And they're
love
like-
him.
and they're
He's a great guy.
And they're like, oh, okay, then we'll release him. They should have been like, why are you keeping our prisoners?
us
still?
prisoners
Yeah, trade a
back.
prisoner, motherfucker.
Yeah.
The British, this is why they lost. They have no negotiating skills.
Well, because they heard about Beans, they were thinking beans on toast.
Oh, Beans is such a wonderful man. He sounds like such a wonderful man.
Now-
Also, Francis wrote those letters himself, right?
Probably. He's a very eloquent writer,
The
probably.
man's got lyrics.
Yeah, he's got bars.
Spitting bars.
They're like, oh, can you see how wonderful is Beans? This is a great song.
Yeah.
Bars and beans, baby.
So, during the Civil War, the fort was used as a Union transfer prison camp for Confederate prisoners of war.
Hell yeah.
It was also used for Southern sympathizers, including prominent men such as the mayor of Baltimore, a former governor of Maryland, and several other politicians. Cal, were you on the wrong side of history? Was Maryland...
Were they
No
in the
comment
prison
at this time.
for bad reasons, or were they hanging out? It wasn't clear to me in the sentence.
That's a good... Well, it's
Because
a...
it was used as a transfer station for like Confederate
We don't
prisoners.
have to get into
Well,
it.
it says it was used for Southern sympathizers, including prominent men like the mayor of Baltimore, the governor of
No, I
Maryland.
know. I don't know if they're being like held there as like pseudo prison, or if they're like, we own it, and you know people
We'll throw them in there, too.
We have no morals, and on either side, frankly. Anyways, it was fucking centrist ass fort.
Yeah, I guess so. Ironically, Francis Scott Key's grandson was one of the prisoners kept at the fort.
How is that ironic?
Well, that's not really ironic. Coincidentally would
Yeah.
be the correct phrasing there.
Boringly,
Boringly.
what does his fucking grandson do? He write a song?
No, he just got
Okay.
sent to
Yeah,
Maryland
have you heard
jail.
Bees in the Trap?
He wrote Starships by Nicki
Oh, no,
Minaj.
it was
Like,
actually-
damn.
it was-
The bass drop was him.
It was Beans in the Trap.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beans on the toast. Beans on the toast.
What's like a racist song you could have written?
Oh.
What's the straw one?
Buddies in Paris.
I don't know if that qualifies necessarily, but that's fine.
Well, he said
he
the
was saying
actual
it.
name. Yeah. By 1862, some 6,957 prisoners were kept at the prison in less than ideal conditions. However, the fort prison served as a better prison than most during that time of war.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I do not believe that. I don't believe Baltimore Ghosts' assessment of the prison industrial complex in 1862. I'm going to be honest. I just don't think they have the stuff for it.
Gonna need the report.
Yeah.
Wait, but Killian, maybe this sentence will change your mind.
The dry moat was full of cum, which soldiers could greedily lap up between. So like, what are you talking about, man?
I think I'm about to change your mind.
Okay.
3 men were reportedly executed in the gallows during the war,
Yeah.
both by firing squad and hanging at the fort.
You're right. That sounds great.
So
yeah.
I'm assuming they were shot to death and then just hung.
Well, I guess if you
Kind of
think
wore off those evil spirits.
if you think that the problem with other prisons is that the inmates were bored from not seeing sick double executions, then I guess this would be a solution.
Oh, double execution
dude.
would be a great band name.
turning purple and then they shot his fucking head off, bro. Damn.
Oh, I guess it would make more sense to hang them first and then shoot them. But
I think it makes sense either way.
But
You're like, damn, they shot his ass up and they hung him.
double execution.
Bitch ass.
Great band.
Yeah, no, it's not bad.
The fort went on to be used as a hospital during the Spanish flu epidemic in 1918. Initially, the hospital was for the treatment of wounded soldiers. Some survived and went home, but some didn't make it out. When the epidemic hit, many succumbed to the illness rather than the wounds of war. So their COVID pandemic was a bastion of health.
They tried to fix it.
They tried
Crazy. It's also World War One, right? My brain,
1918.
Yeah, my brain was like,
Yeah.
the Spanish-American War? It was World War One.
Yeah. So there are some paranormal activities reported at Fort McHenry, if you guys are curious.
Oh, that's all the history.
That's all the history.
That's the last history.
I mean, that's the significant history.
No,
I'm sure there's more. Cal, you went there. What kind of history did they teach you there?
Ooh, wow. When I was 12, my mom forced me to go for a family trip, and I think I sat the entire time on top of a cannonball.
Oh, well, that's fun.
So the tour guide's like, hey, little
just
buddy.
absolutely waiting to get to the gift shop for a Coca-Cola.
Hey, little buddy, the soldiers used to jack off in the moat down there. Ain't that fun?
I think so.
I do remember at one point you being able to go inside of a cage or a small corner where Francis Scott Key was.
Oh, that's fun.
That was cool.
This is where he watched the bombs
Maybe it's
bursting.
his grandson.
This is where he watched the ramparts.
These hauntings are reported to us by AmericanHauntedRoadTrip.com. And the article is by, this is very confusing to me. The article is by Michael J. Varhola and Michael H. Varhola.
The boys, the Varhola twins.
They're both Varholas and they're both Michaels.
Yeah.
There was an H and a J.
It might be like a middle name situation where you go by your middle name.
Maybe.
So maybe it's like, although you'd think they would like give that name.
They would go eight. You would think they go like M. Jason Varhola or like.
Yeah. Or you think maybe they're father and son. Maybe they're like juniors.
Oh my God, that makes so much more sense. I thought they were two Michaels who fell in love, got married.
I was gonna say they're going to email us and be like, no, we're two married men.
The commonality was strong.
We're two married
It
gentlemen.
didn't even dawn on me that one of them could be a junior.
Yeah.
So this is their article. With such history and passions associated with Fort McHenry, it should not be too surprising that it has also long had a reputation for being one of the most haunted sites in a very haunted city.
Do passions make ghosts now? Every new fucking thing makes a ghost.
Yeah, well, passion isn't necessarily
Passions?
a good thing all the time. You know, like a crime of passion.
I kissed my wife too deeply and a ghost pops out. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Easy.
That's what we call a love-induced
Yeah.
ghostable state.
Yeah. Every wedding smooch makes a little ghost, you know?
Yeah, you can see it like go
Yeah.
woo, right.
He's mixed in the doves, you know?
Over the years, all sorts of paranormal activities have been reported at Fort McHenry, including sightings of spectral figures on its earthen ramparts, disembodied voices, footsteps in empty areas, spots of unnatural cold, and furniture that levitates and otherwise moves around.
Spots of unnatural cold in a building that is like got to be the
Stone.
shittiest
It's like mostly
stone
stone.
building of all time, built in 97 minutes by a bunch of fucking guys on cocaine in 1785.
Actually, Cal, I do have a question as someone who visited there.
Uh-huh.
I could do my research and just look it up. Were the buildings also stone? Is it all stone, or are there like normal-esque buildings there?
It's hard to say. They've done a lot. They've done some renovations on it, but I remember it being mostly stone.
I feel like all
again, I'm
of
trying
the-
to tap into my 12-year-old
Yeah,
brain
yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
I
think
feel like all of
an
the,
image
like-
may jog a memory or so.
All of the like off of the ocean forts are usually like all stone because they're going to
Yeah, that's
they're supposed to
fair.
get hit with cannonballs.
Yeah,
is
they've
the
got some
idea.
exterior.
What about
out
those
there.
little buildings there, though?
I mean, I'm sure they had like
Yeah, they've got some stone. There's definitely a lot
Pop-up
of
shit.
stonework. A lot
But
of
I don't
know.
the bricklaying.
but those might be like museum type buildings. I have no idea what it looked like
Yeah, I
back
guess
then.
they might. Yeah, they might not have always been.
My
there.
knowledge of forts is like Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Oh, okay.
And like you climb up them.
Respect.
They got little rocks sticking out so you can climb up them.
A number of specific ghost stories have also been associated with the site and recounted in numerous articles, television shows, and internet postings, including this one. So
Numerous internet postings, huh? Wow.
I have to be honest.
Not that many.
Kind of had a hard time finding
Yeah.
information on
Maybe
this.
you didn't go on TripAdvisor enough.
Yeah, maybe I should start
Crab
all
cakes
my,
were good. Ghosts was scary.
I should just start all my research on TripAdvisor.
Oh, it was bad, and Ray Lewis hits people. Moving on. Let's go to Delaware.
I saw Ed Reed rip a ghost's head off.
I saw
And he tossed it back to the next defender.
I saw Ray Lewis explode an old woman.
Yeah, the woman ghost came back to life and Ray Rice beat the shit out of her.
Oh no.
How's that for a fucking Raven Steve Cub, baby? Piece of shit organization.
Now that has haunted the Ravens for decades.
Talking about ghostable states.
Yeah, I know, right?
So the first ghost that we're going to talk about is Lieutenant Levi Claggett.
Okay.
One of these involves the ghost of U.S. Army Lieutenant Levi Claggett, who, along with some of his men, was killed when a bomb burst not in the air, but in their gun emplacement. I like that they had to say, not bombs bursting in air. Numerous people have seen both a spectral figure and a man dressed in a uniform appropriate to the period, walking along the top of the Star Point, sometimes known as Claggett's Bastion, at times when no costume people were present in the fort.
Oh, Claggett got fucking blown up. He exploded in his gun. Fucking Claggett got blown up.
I did read in a different source that the cannon actually landed on him and he actually died from being crushed
By the cannon. Yeah.
Which honestly feels like a worse way to go than just being blown up.
Oh, yeah. Blown up, it's instantaneous. You get crushed by a cannon, you could bleed out.
That ghost better not be moving around then. It better be stuck under that
You
cannon.
better be pinned under that cannon still.
You better be begging me for me to pick that cannon up, little buddy.
Do you think maybe like he just squirms along the ground
Yeah.
with the cannon on top of him?
Don't go too far, kids. Come on back.
So yeah, people see this army figure.
Yeah, Claggett.
With period appropriate clothes.
Yeah.
Which not to pre-bink.
As I say, don't investigate.
Feels a little bit like a cop-out. You be specific to me.
No, I know.
What kind of clothes did
Someone
you see?
will be like, yeah, he was wearing, and they'll just describe whatever the fuck Mel Gibson was wearing in The Patriot or whatever. And you're like,
You know what? It was Mel Gibson.
But then you're like, actually, the uniforms they were using weren't those uniforms anymore by then. So
Yeah.
Claggett would have been wearing something completely different.
Well, that's what I mean. Like the saying period appropriate really is an umbrella for like covering your bases.
Yeah. Also, I'm good. I'm fucking glad Claggett was a fucking ghost now. He's probably racist as hell.
Oh damn!
You kidding me? We hadn't had the Civil War yet by that point, right? So he's just probably doing racism.
Oh yeah, that's
he's
a good
fighting the
point.
British, and he was like, "We have to defend slavery forever. The British will never make us stop doing slavery in Baltimore." You know?
Or my name isn't Levi Claggett.
Go tell Williams that I'm putting him back in slave. And the cannon pins him, and everyone's like, "Thank fucking God." Williams like, "Fuck that guy, dude."
The next ghost is Private John Drew. Another named ghost associated with the site is that of Private John Drew, a soldier who was reportedly confined in one of the fort's cellars after he was caught sleeping while on guard duty. In his shame, he killed himself.
Okay. I know we were like joking. He was caught self-sucking, right? For sure. If he's doing a shame suicide, he was self-sucking like crazy. They caught him filling up a whole moat himself, and they were like, "You're done, brother."
By moat, do you mean his mouth?
That's more of a wet moat, if you ask me.
His specter has been seen both in his cell and on the ramparts where he walked his last post, forever trying to correct the mistake that ended his military career.
Did he kill
his
himself?
life.
Did he kill himself in the fort?
I'm so glad that you asked. I have a little extra segment here.
He killed himself at 87 in his home after his wife left him.
I have a little segment here that is literally labeled "in case of questions."
Wow.
I prepped.
What's the diameter of the fort?
I prepped for this. Well, questions regarding this.
How long does it take to run from one side of the fort to the other?
Cal, you've been there. How long does it take to run from one side?
From one side of the fort to the other? Couldn't even tell.
I would love.
pretty
we
big
get
fort.
to one of these locations for like a ghost hunt.
About 10 seconds before Aaron goes, "Hey, get your ass back."
We get to one of these locations and they're like, "Hey, you gonna set up your ghost equipment?" I'm like, "Ghost equipment," and I just start measuring shit. I'm like, "I just need to know the logistics of all this stuff."
I just have questions.
Just hold this
Yeah.
end. I'm just gonna-
Yeah.
There was a park ranger named Bruce Bintar who worked at the
Oh
fort.
my fucking God.
Bintar.
This is
or
crazy.
Bintar, Byntar.
We had a guy with the first we had like a first name William and a last name Williams, and unfortunately they had to be on the same person, so we've just never had a regular name.
Yeah.
And John Drew, I feel like is fictional at this point. I don't believe him at all.
So Bruce Bintar was a park ranger at the fort from 1975 to 1977, and he spent some time there reading historical documents.
Yeah, his trainer let him out of the Pokeball.
Yeah.
Bintar, I choose you.
That's a pretty good one.
Bintar.
So in regard to the prisoner's death, he said, shortly thereafter, while replacing the straw in his cell, the prisoner was able to steal and then hide a loaded rifle. The prisoner then used the rifle to commit suicide. The medical officer's report is quite detailed in the description of the body and splatter of blood and brain matter on the wall of the cell.
It's an investigation, man. Of course there was.
Obviously, this incident had quite an impact on this hardened army doctor.
His job is to be detailed with that stuff, Bintar.
Yeah.
But also, like, why did he have to get a gun? I'm confused by this story a little bit. This sounds like a cover-up, frankly.
Oh,
Not to get a little... This sounds like a real-life murder or something.
Oh, my.
Because if you're a soldier, why wouldn't you be like, I'm going to use the gun for,
to escape.
sort of anti-British defenses. And they're like, oh, hell yeah, get the Brits. And you just like, pop yourself right away.
Well, he was in the cell already for being asleep on the job.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I'm saying why on a day where he didn't be asleep on the job, just shoot him. Why did he have to shoot himself that day?
Because he
he fell asleep on the job.
Yep. They threw him in jail.
And then
He was so ashamed he killed himself.
But how did he get the gun in there?
So,
You said this. I'm asking you to say it
yeah,
again.
so another guard like left a gun within reach of his cell.
Oh, okay.
And then so he was like changing his hay or whatever and slipped the gun under.
This is a ridiculous cover-up. This is crazy. This dude got straight up clapped up Epstein style in prison, and they were like, "Oh no, yeah, he reached to the bars and got himself. That's crazy."
Yeah, I mean,
and the doctor's like, "Yep, he shot himself in the back of the head 3 times. A classic." And you're like, "Don't you have to like back the musket ball back in?" He's like, "A classic suicide in the old days."
Yeah, when you put it that way, it does sound a little bit fishy.
He also, like, look, I get being ashamed sometimes, but if you're sleeping on the job and they're like, we caught you sleeping on the job, and you're like, I'm so ashamed I have to kill myself.
Yeah,
I took this so seriously in between naps that now I'm gonna kill myself.
Attacked by the British, though.
I don't know. I maybe he was the point that faces the water the most, and he left the whole fort vulnerable.
Maybe.
You imagine just waking up to rains of cannon fire.
Well, was this during the invasion, or was this just like a random Thursday?
I think this was just a
Because this might have
random
been
Thursday.
like 1831.
Yeah,
There wasn't even a war going on.
I don't think there might. There's no details.
Yeah,
on
I'm
it,
submitting to the historical record that I think this dude was murdered in prison as a part of a cover-up. Of
I
some
think
kind.
that's a fair theory.
I think he caught Claggett self-sucking or something, and they had to take him out.
Oh, he had to report it, but then when he reported it, they were
Yeah.
like, "You shouldn't have said that."
Yeah,
Claggett was glucking.
yeah, sort of a you can't handle the truth type situation.
Claggett, more like gag it. Am I right? This next ghost is. I might have to cut that joke. I don't know. That's like one letter off from something I'm not allowed to say.
That is true. It also was gross to say in general, but I liked it. That was the whole ghost story. Was that a guy killed himself? What does his ghost do? You didn't tell us a ghost story. You said their guy died there. I know people died there. It's a military fort. A woman got cut in half by a fucking cannonball. What does his ghost do?
His specter has been seen both in his cell and on the ramparts where he walked his last
Doing
post.
what? Just walking? Who gives a fuck?
Forever trying to correct the mistake that ended his military career and his life.
I'm putting it on record. If ghosts exist and do that, you are boring. You are boring people. You are a
Gotta
ghost.
spook us.
You're a ghost. Yeah, exactly. You're a ghost. Jump off the ramparts. Push people off the ramparts. Try and kill Claggett. He's still buried under the fucking cannon. Do something, motherfucker. Don't just be like, I'm gonna go walk again.
Trevor,
This time I'm not gonna fall asleep.
does it say what time of day that these ghosts are out?
It does not.
So
Do leave.
after visiting hours at the fort?
It could be
During?
during. It could be during. Some people have reported seeing ghosts during their visit.
So if he walked at night, do you think time has drifted enough where he should be walking at like midday
Oh,
now?
maybe
'Cause,
that's what it
there's like
is,
a second
yeah.
every year. He's walking at like 12:15 p.m. He's like, I'm not gonna fall asleep. Everyone's like, yeah, the sun's out. You
the
dumb
ghost,
fuck.
Yeah, the ghost falls asleep. He's like, oh shit, it's daylight savings time. I didn't reset my watch.
I think it would be funnier if the ghost, like, you had to catch him trying to sleep.
And you have to wake him up?
Yeah, in my version of this fake ghost story, he you can catch him sleeping and he'll wake up in panic. Because just like John Drew.
I'm thinking that's how he moves on. if you don't let him fall asleep.
Oh, if you
he doesn't fall asleep,
bang some pots and pans and shit.
then he moves on.
I was gonna say a funnier one. If you catch him falling asleep, the ghost like runs down and kills himself again.
Oh no!
You gotta like stop the ghost from grabbing a gun.
That poor summer intern's job is do not let you eat your
Sir. Did someone let Ray Lewis? Did someone let Ray Lewis near the fucking John Drew? You know he wants to die, and Ray's gonna stab him allegedly behind the bar.
Allegedly.
Thank you for throwing that in there.
No problem. And it was a sore spot for our Ray Lewis heads among us.
So the next ghost is the hostile ghost.
I'm googling Ravens players controversies under the table.
There's a long list.
Oh yeah, what did this ghost catch Ed Reed and his mistress in 2013? Just some bullshit.
Some of the most dramatic paranormal events at the fort involve attacks on people by what has been variously described as a woman, a white figure, and an invisible entity that has reportedly done such things as push some people downstairs.
So 3 insanely different objects also.
So tripping.
It could be just any figure in white of any stature. It could be specifically a woman, or it could be
no, Killian,
the idea of a ghost.
They're saying like a woman, a white figure, or an invisible entity.
Yeah.
I hate the blaming the
I also
invisible
like.
entity part.
I love the idea that your 75-year-old grandmother visiting the fort didn't fall down, but fucking the woman who got cut in half by a cannon came back to life and kicked her.
Well, pushed some people down the stairs.
Yeah.
And knock others unconscious.
That's so funny.
They're playing the punching game or whatever.
Yeah, the knockout game.
Knockout game, that's it. Some believe this spirit is that of the wife of a non-commissioned officer assigned to the fort whose children died during an epidemic in the 1820s.
So she knocks out strangers?
Yeah.
I don't understand. You're a ghost. You're like, I'm going to avenge my husband who died 212 years ago because I don't know that I'm dead or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You see people walking around, not in military clothes.
Push him down the stairs.
It's like clearly a family, and you're like, I'm gonna knock this woman unconscious. I'm a ghost. I'm the smartest ghost of all time. Also, I'm imagining her doing like the Metal Gear Solid on the neck, where she karate chop their
karate
neck.
chop the neck.
Yeah, it's like I'm imagining like an elite assassin ghost that's just like just takes people out.
Well, it is weird because it's one of two things. You either get pushed down the stairs or just straight up knocked out.
Yeah,
which
really ends of the spectrum on what a ghost can and can't do.
One is like, okay, you fell down the stairs, and the other is like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Your husband just punched you in the back of the head. You were visiting with Ray Rice, and he just took you out.
You were taking too long.
He sort of elevated you, is what we call it in the biz.
I might cut this part that I'm about to read.
Don't cut the part I just said.
No, you're fine with that. I'll leave all the Ravens jokes. That's fine.
Yeah.
I might cut this part just because this is like when in a court, like in a trial, when the judge is like, "Oh, that's not really admissible."
You're trying to remove evidence that makes it easier to bink.
Yeah, but I'm gonna read it. But it just, it might
Is
be
someone
like
about to wear a pilgrim hat or some stupid shit?
No. Numerous other ghost stories and episodes of paranormal activity have also been associated with the site. Many of the accounts of ghostly activity at Fort McHenry were originally reported by park rangers assigned to the site, and that remained the case up until a couple decades ago. Today, however, in what they say is an effort to keep the site from being regarded as a haunted fort, and instead emphasize the non-supernatural history of the national monument and historic shrine. This is a long sentence. The managers of Fort Henry declined to directly comment on phenomena that are still regularly reported by visitors. AKA Fort Henry's like, shut up.
I was gonna say, can I sheepishly ask you to read that entire bullshit again? Because it shut my brain down.
It shut my brain down too. I couldn't read it.
So basically, the Henry's like the Fort McHenry people are like, there's obviously no ghosts here, you baby.
So basically,
Shut
I'll just summarize it. Basically, like, park rangers used to report their own ghost sightings, and now they're basically told, like, knock that shit off.
Yeah.
Emphasize it's historical, not supernatural.
Right.
Historical.
Yeah. I love like the idea that it's like a conspiracy. Like they're trying to keep the park
Yeah,
rangers down. And it's like, hey, dipshit. You're trying to give a tour about the cannons. Don't talk about the time you got scared.
We're gonna get deeper into the conspiracy.
Okay.
Potential.
What was it? There was one fucking thing you read where they like suggested that like a janitor had been silenced because the fucking Taunton Hospital wouldn't let him talk about the ghost he saw.
Yeah,
or whatever
yeah.
the fuck. Like, you were at your job, motherfucker. You cannot be haunted at
You
your
gotta
job.
you gotta stop scaring the customers with your ghost stories.
If you're working, you can't be haunted by a ghost. That's crazy. I've never felt enough joy in my heart while working to see a ghost and give a shit. If a ghost haunted me at work, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. I hope it kills me. I hope it drags me in the
I've ever been
afterlife.
haunted at work before. I feel like I must have.
Hour fucking 7 of a shift. It's Friday at 4:15. A ghost shows up. I don't give a fuck. I'm not remembering it. I'm not talking about it. I'm like, he could rip my hair out. I'd be like, whatever. I'm going home. 20 minutes, man. Leave me alone. Piece of shit.
Now, Cal, I'm gonna keep our job on the down low, but we work in a historical building.
We do.
I think we need to see if we can find any ghosts in that building.
No, I think once you have a copier in your building, no ghosts are allowed in.
Ghosts are
Yeah.
scared of copying
I just
machines.
think it's you can't have both in the world.
That's how you keep them. That's why my house isn't haunted. I have
Exactly.
I have a printer,
Yeah, you
but
gotta
it's
scan.
also a copier.
Yeah.
It's the modern day garlic
Yeah.
having a printer.
No, yeah.
Instead of warding off vampires with garlic, I'm just gonna
If you-
have
if
my
you can- if you can
my
make-
photocopier from Nikon.
If you can make proxy Magic the Gathering cards, ghosts can't come around.
Yeah,
That's my rule.
there's something about the bright light and the that just keeps ghosts away.
It's like a cat. The paper goes and the ghost is like just gets freaked the fuck out.
Potential ghost hunters should also expect to have anything they ask to do at the site be curtailed by red tape. A favored tactic at Fort McHenry.
That's so funny. Do you think this article has a pinpoint of view on this fucking thing?
No,
That's so funny.
They're unbiased.
They're like, they won't let us fucking hit the walls with our dipshit ghost equipment.
A favored tactic at Fort McHenry is to require application of a, quote, special use permit.
That's so funny that they're saying it like it. You aren't gonna hide cameras all over the fucking place. Of course, they want to make sure you're not being a dumb asshole.
For anything its managers don't really want people to do. The major exception to this...
Almost like it's a special use of the fort.
The major exception to this being, it would seem, historic reenactment for which the site has become a virtual playground. The
This
important...
is so funny that the ghost people are
They're
mad.
like really mad about
They're
the historical
they're mad at
reenactors
they're mad at historical reenactors who are like
at a historical site.
at a historical site with a permission, literally doing like a historically informed reenactment for people to learn about the
But Killian, the thing is, it's not fair because they get to do that without the red tape, and the ghost hunters have to jump through hoops.
They probably planned that.
How,
I bet
did you just kill Can?
I did.
Don't worry, guys, I'm okay.
He was self-sucking.
Can was saying that Ray Rice is innocent. And we were like, Can, the video, and he was like, he's fine. She
I think he's an all right guy.
no.
Can?
What the fuck, Can?
You can't
You
say
fucking
that.
freak.
I'm from 1895. It's different.
Can's going back in the box.
Can only cares about Super Bowl rings, baby. Yeah. Anyway, shut the fuck up, ghost hunters. I'm sorry you can't fucking put your fucking loud machine in the fucking corner,
Oh,
and the
yeah, the
reenactors get to
spirit
do
box.
shit. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just trying to think about. I'm there. I'm on a road trip with my family. I drove 8 hours to get there, and I'm trying to take this tour, and someone's in the back going, "What does the spirit box say?"
Yeah.
What?
Oh my god, did you hear
Haunted.
that? Did you hear that EVP? It sounded like I'm self-sucking. And then you hear it, it's like, and they're like, wow. And then you're like, it sounds like it if you listen back.
Yeah, I think I'm interested in this stuff. I don't want something an activity that I paid for to be interrupted by someone like disrupting it. So I kind of get it.
You're out there and they're like, oh, so yeah, we used these cells for this. And then actually in the Spanish flu, they converted them to beds. And then the guy's like, yeah, this is where John Drew killed himself. He shot himself in the head and that's
blew
what
his brains out
and
onto the ceiling.
And he became a ghost. And the kids are like, what the fuck? And they're like, yeah, man, that's cool. Anyway, so we actually, like a lot of people's lives were saved. Yeah, but John Drew's wasn't because he got the gun and killed himself and then he became a ghost. You can still see him on the ramparts. And they're like, okay, bud, thanks. That's great.
Yeah. So I would agree that it is probably best that you probably have to like jump through some hoops to be able to ghost hunt on this property.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Sorry, ghost hunters are being kept down by the system.
I hate to say this, I might get canceled for this. I think there needs to be more gatekeeping around ghost hunting locations.
You're about to ghost hunting and podcasting have to be two of the biggest things which is tough for us.
It's tough for us because that's kind of
the
two things that
in.
we're like straddling the fence there.
Yeah. Why is there a square around my head on the fucking camera the whole time?
Oh,
why am I the only one being tracked?
It's tracking you.
Tracking.
Cal's not being tracked. I removed once in hours.
That camera's not very advanced.
I got those damn bastards off my set.
I'm being fucking hunted down.
That's actually a ghost.
Yeah, no,
that
I know.
camera sees ghosts. So there are some additional hauntings from the Seeks Ghost blog, and we've not talked to, but we read
Seeks Ghosts.
Seeks Ghosts.
I think you said Sikh, like the religion.
Oh,
the
Sikh.
And I was like, there's like
Ghosts.
a group of Sikhs who were like looking into ghosts. That's so strange.
So you might recognize this name, Killian, maybe not, because we've had so many interesting names. Virginia Lambkin.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I think we assumed she was an old woman. With a name like that,
yeah.
You kind of have to.
Yeah.
I looked her up just to see if we could find out. Only old women came up.
Okay.
So I have to assume she's an old woman. So Virginia Lambkin wrote about some extra hauntings that we haven't talked about. Workers and visitors state that because of the
workers don't state it anymore.
Not anymore.
Workers better shut their fucking mouths and do their job.
On the down low.
Workers whisper about.
They state that
message boards are littered.
because of the fort's dark history, it has an oppressive atmosphere. People often report a sense of dread, the feeling of being watched, and the sensation of movement when no one else is nearby.
I feel like when I'm in the fort, I can hear people being double executed.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I feel like people are about to double execute me in every moment.
Cal, this is another logistics question. I'm actually really glad that I picked this one, location that you've been to.
Again, 12-year-old memory.
Do you remember, was there like a tour guide? Were you with a group? Was it kind of more self-guided?
A little bit more self-guided than anything with the tour guide, but the historical reenactments are a thing.
Okay.
That guides you almost.
Yeah.
Like you kind of
You follow the reenactment.
not necessarily follow, but like
you follow John Drew down the stairs, he grabs the gun, he works himself over.
You actually get to hand it to him.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
It's quite,
Soldier,
it's quite,
I can't reach that soldier, please.
You have the option.
End my suffering.
You have the option of ripping it away from him, but honestly, you kind of want to see what happens. you're just enough. Just your curiosity's piqued just enough.
No.
And then you're whispering, "You won't do it."
Hey, buddy, do you want to pull the cannon off a clagger or whatever? And you're like, I don't think I do. And he's like, please let me keep those black people in their place. And you're like, I'm leaving the cannon on this fucking guy. Fuck him. I have a logistics question for you, Cal.
All right.
Do they have those little machines where you put in pennies and they melt them down to a commemorative coin?
You put in 51 cents
That's
and
what
your penny shoots back
that's what
out.
I'm looking for.
You put in 51 cents and you get a little squash coin that is in the shape of Claggett.
It also
Claggett.
I feel like as a kid I was like, oh, it squishes your coins into that shape, and I'm realizing now that it probably just spits out a coin. I don't think it squishes my coins in that shape.
I think it squishes the coin.
I think it squishes the coin.
I feel like it doesn't. This is the first time I've ever thought about this. I'm concerned that they don't squish the coins down, because my brain was like, of course they can't lie about that. But are you allowed?
I mean, they could lie about
Are
it.
you allowed to make a machine that squishes U.S. currency?
That's actually a really good question.
This is the first time I've ever thought about this, and I'm suddenly like freaking out a little bit about it, panicking.
Oh, it's got to be real, right?
We're saying this.
You mean the government would lie to us?
We're saying this with more fear in our voices than any ghost story we've ever read. We're like, no, it's got to squish the coins.
It has to be. You have to.
They would not squish the coins.
You can't tell me it's not real. I'm gonna have to do some. This is gonna take some. legality. The process of creating elongated coins is legal in the United States. How?
Did you pay for it?
In the United States, U.S. Code Title 18, Chapter 17, Section 331.
It's okay to destroy currency if it makes it a little banana-shaped coin.
Prohibits the mutilation, diminution, and falsification of United States coinage. The foregoing statute, however, does not prohibit the mutilation of coins if the mutilated coins are not used fraudulently with intention of creating counterfeit coinage or profiting from the base metal. So basically, as long as you're not melting down pennies to sell copper wire,
then
then
can you just like destroy $100 bills?
Well, aren't they taking the penny away?
Because I'm not.
You can do whatever you want to a penny now.
I'm not burning the sack of $100 bills to reproduce it. I'm just doing it for fun.
I don't know.
What do you do with all your pennies?
Anyway, so I'm gonna
Squish them.
My theory is that it just spits out a squished coin. It's fake.
It is possible that maybe it takes your penny for later and gives you a different penny.
Or you're just replenishing
I think
pennies?
there's a bunch of fucking junk metal in there.
No
It
way.
squishes into a
No way.
fucking
They
coin
wouldn't just
shape.
There's
keep a
no
bunch.
way.
There's
They
no way
would-
they keep.
Why would
bunch
they
of
make you
pennies in
give
there.
them the penny then?
We've got to test
So you can
this.
squish it.
We've got
Yeah.
to test this.
Yeah.
We've got to bring like a fake quarter that has some color inside of it or something. A
Oh.
quarter where the like
So
a
you can
blue
tell.
quarter
So you-
where all the metal is blue, and then we got to put it in and see if the coin comes out kind of blue.
But if it doesn't, we would have to run it a couple of times to see if it comes out later. 'cause
Yeah,
that's my
No,
theory.
I know. We'd have to bring like 70 blue quarters.
We'd have to bring so many quarters.
They're like, "Why are you guys stuffing blue quarters in the machine?" We're like, "We're doing a research."
Yeah. Then John Drew comes up and goes, "Hey, hey, you want to watch me do something?"
Clagger wheels in with the fucking cannon on him. He's like, "Hey, what's his actual name?" I keep calling him Clagger.
Claggett.
Claggett.
So, also,
Shadow figures are seen, and people often smell gunpowder. Others report hearing crying or the sound of drums playing in the distance. One dark entity, seen by workers in the interior halls of the fort, has frightened and even attacked people over the years.
First of all, no, it hasn't attacked people.
That's the hostile ghost.
There's no chance to attack people. Bullshit. Show me your injuries, dog. Two, we don't believe in shadow people, right? I know you have a personal shadow.
I'm
people, but,
legally
like,
obligated to
say that you have a shadow person.
My
please.
lawyers are telling me that I have to repeat this phrase. I'm legally obligated to believe in shadow people.
I just feel like if you see a shadow people, like it's a shadow.
but what if there's a
No, I feel like
what
it's
if there's no one around?
I feel like you just saw a shadow in the dark, and you're not used to seeing shadows in like low light, and you were just like, "Whoa!" And it's just a shadow.
But what if it's like one story above you
it's a shadow above. Someone's making a shadow above you.
and no one's up there?
A bird. I don't know anything on
But
Earth.
it's coming from the dark part of the hallway.
Oh my God! What if it's the spirit of someone? Like, what the fuck?
There we go.
What
That's
do you mean?
what I'm getting at.
I think you just saw a shadow and got scared. I think these people saw a shadow and got scared. There's no fucking way to attack somebody though. For the record,
I will say shadow figures don't attack.
if you've
They don't attack.
they can't. They can only attack your shadow. So I believe that they killed your,
fuck.
I believe that they kill your shadow and become it. But
Oh,
they don't
no.
attack you physically. But also, yeah, if you get attacked by a ghost, you better show me pictures
Yeah.
of your wounds, motherfucker.
Pixar didn't happen.
Yeah, no, literally.
For real. I get it.
Oh yeah, the ghost scratched me, and then the ghost a scratch mark. And I go, oh. Babe, no, I told you a shadow ghost scratched me, babe. Yes, all over my back. Yes.
Yeah. A lot of times, a lot of the ghost sightings really are just someone who's cheating.
It's boys jacking each other off and boys cheating.
So I'm gonna need help with this word, docent. Anyone know what a docent is? Docent.
Spell it out.
Is it all one word?
DOCENT.
DOCENT.
Is it a word?
Did you misspell?
You want to read that to me, Killian?
A member of the teaching staff immediately below professional rank, or a person who acts as a guide
Oh,
in
okay.
a zoo.
Oh, all right.
A docent.
Okay.
It looks like it's docent, right?
Docent.
Yeah, they've got the dose.
I can't see the my eyes are not good enough to see the phonetic spelling
My
of the
eyes
word.
aren't good enough to see any of that. Okay, that makes sense then. So,
A docent who works in one of the fort's prison
Oh,
cells.
fuck you, thesaurus ass having motherfucker. Oh my God.
Virginia is a very eloquent woman.
Yeah, Virginia. I get it, okay?
Who works in the fort's
She's
prison
using M
cells.
dashes before AI, trying to show off.
Actually, she is because
I know.
she's using the double dash.
No, I know. Yes, no, I know. She's like an English major, Virginia, I bet.
Yeah, I bet.
Claims that for a long time he felt that he was not alone in this cell. For comfort,
He's on a tour. He's giving a tour to 30 people. He's like, I don't feel alone right now.
He's not alone in the cell. Triple H is here. Hell in the cell.
Oh my God!
Oh my God, it's John Cena.
For comfort, he named the ghost George. He feels his unusual friend might be one former major of Baltimore,
I don't
George
care.
William
You
Brown.
named the ghost, motherfucker. What do you mean?
Well, no, so he's saying he named him George because he thinks it's George William Brown.
Yeah, you named the fucking ghost. I hate when people name ghosts. I hate when they name ghosts. If the ghost doesn't tell you its fucking name, don't name the fucking ghost. What do you mean you think it's George?
Yeah.
This guy deserves to get RKO'd.
Brown, a political prisoner, was imprisoned at Fort McHenry during the Civil War. This docent sometimes would talk to George, and he always said,
Good night, George.
Hey, what side was George Brown on?
Probably.
Because he was a political prisoner during the Civil War, and they were prison pass-through for the Confederates. So, like, they were owned by the Union, but they were a pass-through prison where they kept Confederates.
He was boys with a Confederate.
This guy is like, I love this ghost. This racist fucking ghost is my best friend.
Yeah.
I think this guy might be like a... I'm getting vibes from this story.
I think that's maybe why Virginia kept his name.
I know. I think Virginia's like... I think Virginia realized this too and was like, all right, I got to change some details. I got to leave some stuff out for this one.
Well, so this racist docent, that's a tongue twister, racist docent.
It sounds like a beatbox.
Racist docent. He always said, "Good night, George," before he left at the end
I
of the
think
day.
he said something else at the end of it too. Good night, George. Hope we beep, 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 beep. 50 slurs.
Oh, no.
50 old school slurs no one else has heard for a while.
One day, he forgot to bid his ghostly friend goodbye. As he went to exit the cell, the door slammed shut. When he tried to open it, it was ripped from his hand forcefully and slammed shut again. Unseen hands pushed this docent away from the cell door. Afraid, but keeping his wits, he realized his mistake. He loudly announced,
"Good night, George."
Thank God he kept his wits.
the cell door opened slowly and he was allowed to exit.
I also love someone imagining they're being attacked by a ghost and then being described as keeping their wits.
I like.
Yeah, right. You're trying to leave and the door's forcefully ripped from your hands. Like,
I do.
first thing I'm gonna think here is
while I was
keep calm and think rational.
Yep, I kept myself really calm while I was having a psychotic break where I fought an invisible racist guy I'm friends with.
I do like
I had a gun drawn ready here. Shoot. But don't worry, I kept my wits about me.
I like the mental image of a man fighting with a door and like he's pulling it open and then like his other hand is slamming it shut and he's like pulling it open.
I love
This
the
just
idea
reminds me of the Tim Robinson thing.
Oh, yeah.
I can.
It goes both ways.
I was here the other day.
So we have one more little snippet. I have some firsthand accounts from the comments section of a blog.
Okay, I hope nothing as scary as that guy having trouble with the door happens again.
So this blog is actually the Bruce W. Bintar blog.
Okay.
It is.
I remember Bintar.
It is a park ranger's life.blogspot.com. So he was a park ranger.
Okay.
And,
I have to say that I'm gonna put this in there because I don't know if I said it before. An unsuccessful business interest is still a business interest. So you trying to drive traffic to your dog shit blog in 2011 is still a business interest.
This was actually written in 2010.
I was so close. That's crazy how good I am at this, man. That's nuts.
So these were comments on the bottom of the blog. So this is a long one. And I'm going to mirror my screen so you guys can read along.
I was going to say, I'll keep it short by interrupting as much as possible during this one.
Because the grammar and spelling on this is absolutely
this is a full
insane.
comment, right? So
this is a
like
comment. So this first comment is by Unknown on August 22nd.
I don't see a period for the entire thing.
One day during the year of 2014, my wife, who originally
I can see the O in the word originally, and I was like, what? Originally?
moved here from California, and I visited Fort McHenry during the middle of the week. It was an interesting but uneventful and pleasant tour. Uneventful and pleasant tour of the fort, with us walking alone.
You spelled pleasant wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Walking alone, the ramparts of the fort, and us visiting the various tunnels and old living quarters of Fort McHenry. We were in the process of leaving this wonderful historic fort when we decided to visit the fort's visitor center and the bookstore. While browsing the visitor center, my wife informed me she had to use the restroom. She went into the restroom of the visitor center.
I feel like he's about to blame his wife.
Where within 10 minutes later, she emerged from the restroom and asked me a strange question. To add more light to this story...
He said restroom is one word and then split it up the next time.
Yeah. To add more light to this story, the only visitors to the visitor center, besides myself and my wife, were a tour bus from a Midwest state with approximately 30 middle school age kids, along with their chaperones.
This is going to be the stupidest fucking thing of all
Back
time.
to the story. My wife's question...
I did like the little footnote in the middle.
The only people who were here were like 100 children and 20 adults.
Yeah, that's like a lot of people.
The only people here was the loudest, most distracting group of people you've ever imagined in your entire life.
My wife's question directed at me were if any kids or others were wearing old-style high lace-up shoes as worn in the late 19th or early 20th century?
This
question mark?
Century.
People are crafting. Also, the late 20th century is like 1985.
No. Yeah. Late 19th, early 20th.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah,
Early
yeah.
20th century.
Okay.
I laughed, but she repeated the question, and a look of concern, even a perplexing type fear, came across her face when she asked.
type fear.
I realized my wife, who is not the type to joke around or lie, was very serious. I saw the kids lined up, ready to board the charter bus by their chaperones, wherein I discreetly went out and observed the style of each one's shoes.
Okay, guy making up excuses for why he was taking pictures of children on a tour bus.
Children's feet.
He's like, I was taking pictures of their feet for my wife's question.
My findings were all the shoes were 21st century typical middle school kids' shoe styles. No turn of the century footwear to be seen. I got back to my wife and informed her of my findings, where a look of fear and slight panic came across her
The
face.
man said my findings.
And she told me in no short terms that we had to go now.
To Foot Locker to pick up a pair of what she
in no short term, so she told him only in long terms. She was
Yeah.
like, we need to expeditiously remove ourselves from this situation.
When we left Fort McHenry, a few blocks, I noticed my wife was visibly upset, and she asked me to pull into a McDonald's.
She wanted
McDonald's.
a burger.
McDonald's.
She was like, I want a Sprite right now.
So she may get a soda to calm her nerves.
Hell yeah.
After taking a few drinks of it, she recanted her experience at the fort.
Doesn't recant.
Recounted? I think she'd recount her experience.
I was going to say recant
Recant means
to
to
like
take back.
back.
She was like, never mind, I didn't see a ghost.
And that's the end.
She stated while she was in a stall, she felt a chill and heard in the stall next to hers that somebody started violently rolling toilet paper from the toilet paper dispenser.
This is so...
For the junior Binkers, toilet is spelled T-O-L-I-T.
This is so fucking stupid, man. This is the stupidest story of all time.
Somebody was just gripping the walls of the stall.
He said there was 30 plus kids there, and she's describing straight up kid behavior.
No, she was in there alone.
Dude, there was a kid in the fucking toilet. You didn't see their legs because they're too short and you can't see their legs under the
But
stall.
she saw the feet. Maybe
She saw
but that's what I'm saying.
she saw the
It's-
19th century feet.
I think your dumb wife doesn't know what shoes look like, man.
She felt the vibration of the force of this and wondered what was going on.
You heard someone rolling toilet paper and you were like, I'm gonna die in the toilet right now.
The vibration and noise of the action suddenly stop when my wife asked the person, were they okay? She received no answer.
Yeah, no shit. You caught a kid unrolling toilet paper. They're not gonna confess to you.
I will say the most understandable typo so far is received. That's a tough word.
Before he said that to brother.
Her curiosity got the better of her, which caused her to bend down to what she could of her stall neighbor.
Yeah, to see what to
Stall neighbor.
She bent
Yeah,
down-
that's. I swear, officer, I was just checking on my stall neighbor.
Officer, you don't understand. My wife, she went down. What was she goes? We see stall neighbor.
That when she saw only the feet
Stop reading that sentence.
of the person, and she
saw a kid's feet.
and as she described it, wearing old-fashioned brown high lace-up what looked to be woman's shoes. She then stated she heard the stall door open, felt that same chill for a second, and what made her even more frightened was the lack of the sound of a person washing their hands.
A kid went in there, took a piss. This little girl was like, I'm bored. Saw a toilet paper, was like, I'm gonna unroll that shit. Unrolled a shit ton of it. A woman got scared, and then she was like, this lady is freaking out. I'm getting the fuck out of here before she tells my mom. Stood up and walked out and was like, I don't have to wash my hands. I just peed. And then just left. And this woman is like terrified.
There was also a lack of the sound of the door leading into the women's restroom. She hurriedly got up from her stall, looked around, confirming she was alone in there, washed her hands, and upon leaving the restroom, noticed the distinct squeaking sound of the restroom door opening. Opening spelled O-P-E-A-N-I-N-G. And the loud sound of the
door closing.
You've never opened the door and had it squeak and then opened it slightly differently and it doesn't squeak anymore?
Never.
Every single door squeaks a variable amount at all times.
When we reached home that evening, I called up to the visitor center at Fort McHenry, retold my wife's story to a person that worked there.
Can you imagine someone reading this comment to you during your job?
Was abruptly told they heard no such story and was hurriedly hung up on.
I love the person who works at the visitor center that day. Girl, you tell them, because that's crazy.
Here comes the best part. I then looked through a book called Ghost Hunting for Dummies at a Barnes & Noble.
Not spelled correctly, Barnes & Noble.
They're reading a part about hauntings at Fort McHenry, read about a malevolent spirit haunting the visitors' restrooms.
I want to get that book and see if it's actually in there, because I feel like there's no fucking ghost in there. It's crazy to be like, there was 45 kids there. There was 120 children running around.
Yeah.
My wife sat in the toilet and just witnessed kid behavior and then just got scared.
And they were about to board the bus,
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
so the
kids,
natural thing that chaperones are going to do is use the bathroom before we get on the bus.
Exactly.
You gotta use the toilet.
And then you
Toilet.
start unwinding toilet paper because you're like, I'm alone. And then you're like, oh, fuck, some crazy bitches in here crying now because I unrolled the toilet paper too violently.
So you have to-
violently
you
unrolled toilet paper.
silently leave.
So you're like, I'm out of here. And you're like, I'm going to wash my hands. I got to fucking get out of here before she tells the chaperone that I'm in trouble. And you're just wearing like fucking Doc Martens. And the lady's like, I've never seen boots like that before. I'm a 76-year-old woman from California.
We don't know how old these
I'm
people
from
are.
Orange County,
is true.
California. I'm
That's
from the
true.
racist part of California. You know?
I feel like, though, to pull over to a McDonald's to grab a Sprite, though, that's a certain...
calm down. You have to calm
That's
your
a
nerves.
certain age. That's a middle-aged woman.
I want to be clear.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
That's a
there was-
middle-aged woman.
I
That's fair.
read that comment. No way they were young. Brother.
If your grandma was like, oh, I need to calm down.
If he was like,
grab me an espresso.
Yeah.
you're getting something
Well, 'cause-
a little
well, 'cause
bit more.
grandma. No, but I feel like grandmas back
Actually,
then.
espresso would hype you up.
Grandmas back then, like Sprite was medicine when they were like 10. So they're like, I need a Coca-Cola to calm down.
Yeah.
Because the cocaine
think?
will hit my blood
That's fair.
differently.
Yeah.
I also feel like, that comment wasn't like, nah, my wife wanted some Sprite type shit. I was on the ghost type shit. Like then it would be a kid. But that felt like
Yeah.
that comment read like an old ass man. Old
I
man
also
vibe.
I really only included that because it
It's
was
insane.
just it was
It's
so
hilarious.
deranged.
Yeah. I do like the ones where the Occam's razor explanation of the ghost story is so apparent. Like,
So
it's
obvious.
Just so like
It was someone else in the bathroom.
specifically, there were a million kids there, and the ghost did kid behavior. Like
Also-
unrolling toilet paper is like when you see toilet paper, even as an adult, you're like, I'm gonna unroll all that shit in one big pile. And that's
Also,
like
like-
a kid in a place they're not responsible for this place, so they can unroll the toilet paper freely.
I can't even count on both of my hands how many times I've gone into the bathroom to like poop and then someone else is pooping in there and I just leave.
Yeah.
I probably made them think I was a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, I heard the door open. Someone came in.
Yeah.
They never left.
I don't want to hear him firing muskets the entire time.
Oh,
Jeez, sounds like John Drew's killing himself in there.
people rip it up. This last comment is from Jancy, September 20th, 2016, at 9:11 p.m.
Oh my God, man!
I entered the holding cell and bolted out. I told my cousin Satan was in there, and I wanted to leave now, and don't wait. The feeling was incredibly scary and evil. Then the next AM, when I awoke, a young boy was looking straight in my fave with black hair and brown eyes. He laughed and rolled away through the covers.
Rolled away.
I was terrified.
Why do ghosts turn into Samus from Metroid? What happened? Why do so many ghosts become balls and roll away?
I could not eat and drove back to Pennsylvania, where I was sick for a week. I will never respect people more than I do those who served there. Whatever they held out of the country can curiously stay there. Walk away from me and leave. I laughed at devils.
I like that she thinks that the War of 1812 was fought with the ghosts.
The devils.
The
The devils.
we fought the devil. Oh my God.
Yeah, so
Dua Lipa's army is coming back to take over fucking
I honestly,
America.
I would like to request that the junior Binkers leave comments like these on our posts.
I would say that if they believe in ghosts, they probably do.
Chime in, Binker.
I would like to point out that those two comments, as poorly written as they are, should elucidate some level of what people who believe in ghosts sort of act like in public. They get scared in the bathroom. They get sick for a week because a child rolled under their covers and was a ghost or whatever.
To be fair, if I woke up and a child rolled under my covers,
Yeah,
I'd
man,
be sick for
you'd
a
be
week
scared.
too.
You'd be scared because it doesn't happen.
That's why I'd be scared.
Like, yeah, man. I'd be scared if the shadow man picked me up and suplexed me, but it can't happen because it's not real. The guy who killed himself in the fort 100 years ago was not trying to kill himself again. The most racist man of all time does not still live in the fort being racist with that one security guard or whatever, you know?
Fair point.
Well, that brings us to
The
the
docent.
end. The docent. That brings us to the end of the tale of Fort McHenry. It's time for us to hit the Bink scale, and I still haven't decided if I want guests to go first or not. But Cal, you're our guest, so how do you feel?
Do you remember
Low
the ghost?
reminder.
Do you remember the Bink
low
scale?
reminder. 1 is fully binked, no ghosts. 10 is unbinked, all ghosts.
I think last time I gave this one a 4, and being from Maryland, I think there's always going to be a little bit of like
A bonus.
I kind of want something cool
Right,
to
right.
be at Fort
Yeah.
McHenry. I will go 3.
3. Okay.
I don't think that there is anything, but if there was going to be any tale that you could convince me on, I think you could get me on the George.
Yep.
I think that's the most believable story, and even then, you could still poke holes in it. But
It's a racist guy who really wants to believe that racism from the old days is coming back.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna go 3.
Okay. 3. Killian.
1.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
No, no, it's okay.
No, go ahead. Give me the. Give me
I
the
think it's
rolls.
way more funny
Give me
to
the drum roll
it.
again. 1. Yeah, I mean that's crazy. It was a kid in the bathroom. You fell down the stairs because you're clumsy. It's okay that reenactors are there. They have more right to be there than you do doing the fucking dumb ghost hunt. And Francis Scott Key sucks. I don't know.
Damn. What about William Beans?
He's trash.
Any love for
We should have
William
left him with the
Beans?
British. He's probably a traitor. We probably brought back a fucking traitor.
William.
And yeah, I mean, the one thing I will say is maybe a 2 to the fort,
Yep.
just for keeping the British away.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I don't like them. I don't like the British, and so
Oh,
I'm
wow.
glad. Notable exception to Alipa, but every other British person, don't come over here.
Any British junior binkers, just know I love the British, so we cancel out. So I'm gonna also go on the lower end of this.
Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you because I just realized the woman who got shot in half by a cannon didn't become a ghost at any point. That's crazy.
Well, it's possible that she was the aggressive
She got
ghost.
shot in a half. Oh no, because it was a woman. It was a woman whose husband died or whatever.
That's what people
They
think.
had a whole story. You
Is
can't
she not the one that pushes people around?
No, that was the woman whose husband. Got,
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, I think
I think they're wrong. I think those people are
that
wrong.
woman was John Drew's husband, and she was like, She was right. She's like, my husband was killed by another person. And they covered it up and said it was a self-suck suicide, and I know it wasn't. But I think if you get ripped in half by a cannonball and they'll turn into a ghost, it's fucked up.
I would say that is definitely
gotta be ghostable.
That's a ghostable state that you're dying and getting ripped in half.
You should be a 2/2 ghost that pulls itself in half. And
unless like they buried her in a certain way to cancel out that ghosting.
they put the halves back together before they buried her.
yeah. I'm gonna have to also go probably with like a 4, because I'm gonna go with a 3.
Ooh, that felt like no, because you said 4, and I could tell you felt like that was too high.
It was.
I feel like even the 3, you're compromising with like the idea of wanting ghosts to be alive.
Well, so I feel like
For the listeners at home, you said I want to believe in ghosts, and I'm going to pretend to believe in ghosts this episode to feel things about ghosts again.
say that.
You basically did.
And that's our show, kid.
I'll go with a 3 because I do feel like there's some sort of spectral energy at the fort, but I don't really believe most of these stories.
It's true.
I could see somebody seeing like a soldier walking out on the ramparts. I think that's a pretty reasonable expectation. The suicide one is a little bit sketchy.
He also doesn't fucking do anything. He's the ghost who walks on the ramparts, by the way. And
Well, there's 2 ghosts that
he
walk
doesn't
on
do
the-
anything otherwise.
Yeah. Which I think,
Claggett better not be walking on the
Oh,
ramparts.
he's walking around.
He better be stuck under that
He's
fucking
walking around.
cannon. I better not see him walking out there.
But yeah, I just some of these other ones are just like,
You're not convinced by the girl wearing weird shoes in the bathroom. The
I-
scariest
you know,
ghost of all time. The
I
shoes ghost.
almost was, but then I had a Sprite to calm
Also,
myself.
again, if you're a ghost, and you're like, all right, I'm back. I don't know that I'm dead. Even maybe I'm so mad about this thing that wronged
Yeah.
me. I gotta unroll that toilet paper.
Oh yeah,
I gotta go spin that toilet paper. I gotta knock it around.
that's what I'm doing with my time as a ghost.
I mean, you're in a bathroom. You could break every mirror in there.
Yeah.
and be
Yeah.
violent and aggressive. And you're like, I gotta spin one roll.
Yeah.
Not even the
uh,
role she's in. Not even the cubicle she's in. Just another fucking cubicle.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like the ghost that's knocking people out. That just doesn't even make sense to me. That doesn't make sense.
Although it's kind of.
I mean, maybe it was like a
just like Peeves the poltergeist.
It's
just
kinda
running
sick.
around
Honestly,
screwing
it's
with
kinda
everybody.
sick.
maybe
but-
maybe it's a teen prankster ghost who plays the knockout killer on rolls toilet paper. You know,
Ooh,
and has like awful drip. you
maybe
know?
the fort covered up like the death of a teenager from like the 1990s or something. John Drew, 1990s
Yeah.
teenager, and he's playing the knockout game or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just three.
Great.
3-3-1.
And that brings us to the end of our episode. I wish it didn't have to be over just yet, but it is. So I want to thank our junior and senior Binkers for listening. You can follow us on social media at Ghost Binkers on Instagram and TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Send us an email, ghostbinkers@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. You can share a story, request something for us to talk about,
Yeah.
argue with us.
Connect us with any professors of history who know about the kinds of dress people wear in different eras, because I have a lot of questions for them about shoes in the late 19th century.
Leave us a
And the self-suck.
and the self-suck. We got to learn about
Excuse
the
me,
self-suck.
Professor, do you know about self-sucking habits of the 1700s?
As a matter of fact,
That's my thesis.
Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, specifically for that joke. 5 stars, of course. If it's less than 5 stars, just send us the email and we'll make things right for you.
Yeah.
If you want a video of us self-sucking, that's our OnlyFans account. And tell a couple of your friends, because podcasts spread through word of mouth mostly, and no one wants to listen to a podcast that they've never heard of unless someone can vouch for it.
Yes,
really.
it spreads.
So-
Podcasts spread through word of mouth like the Spanish flu in that fort in the fucking trenches back then, dude.
Yeah.
or like something else at Fort McHenry.
Thank you to the authors of these articles, and specifically the authors of those comments.
Yeah. I was gonna say thank you to Virginia for not writing like the fucking guy whose wife was in the bathroom that one time.
I'll link all of those things in the Spooky Specimens episode description. And that's it for this podcast. We will catch you on the next episode.
Do you think in like the Revolutionary War that there was as much self-sucking as there probably is today?
No, not as much.
No, because I don't think there were resources for like ways to make it happen.
But there was less to do.
There was less
Like
to do.
you couldn't like
Is that the reason for wooden dentures?
Oh, it's okay. You could pop those things out and get to work.
George Washington, our founding father. Excellent.
Do you think they had like replacement dentures that were like rubber, like little dangly things for like different sucking sensations?
Wow. That's something.